Hello everyone, Mike Extra Cheese here. You've got the Extra Cheese channel, and today we are going on a trip down memory lane with this band here, Rush, who I've been a fan of since I was 12 years old back in 1981 when Moving Pictures was first released. Wow, I've got a lot of information to share with you, and we're starting with all the concerts I've seen. We're going to go through the t-shirts. We're going to go through the Rush Petition that was successful, that brought the band here to Rockford, Illinois, back in the Test for Echo Tour, 1996. Friends, this is going to be something really near and dear to me, and I'm hoping some of you Rush fans tune in too. For some of you, this may be something really new, which is great, because new stuff, it's always fun to learn new stuff. Hey, thanks for watching the channel. The views are starting to add up, and if you would please hit the like button if you like this video. Maybe even consider subscribing. We got a lot of fun stuff coming up this year, and let's get started. So I started listening to Rush in 1981, courtesy of my neighbor, whose name is Kent, who said, "Mike, you got to come over and listen to this band." And you would think it would have been one of the first four big hits on Moving Pictures album. It wasn't. It was Witch Hunt. It didn't matter. I was drawn in immediately to this band. And one of the funny things I remember is that a girl singing? Is that a girl singing? That's got to be a girl. No, it was a guy. It was Geddy Lee. When you're 12 years old and your ears haven't heard a lot of music, you know his high-pitched register could sound a heck of a lot like a woman. Well, it wasn't a woman. It was Geddy Lee. As the years started to go by and I started to get a little older, I made it to my first Rush concert in 1988 in Chicago, Illinois, the Hold Your Fire tour. And this is the first ticket stub from that tour. Looks like I paid $17.50, and I'm guessing for a 19-year-old, $17.50 was probably a pretty good hit in the wallet, considering I had a guest with me as well, and yeah, it was close to $40. So I don't know what parking was, but man, I had a great time at the show. It was my first Rush concert. I was completely sucked in and so glad I was able to finally go to my first concerts, you know, basically on my own. Thing I remember about this, there was a guy next to me who was smoking pot at the time, offered me a hit on the joint. I'm so glad I didn't do it, because I looked over within the first couple of songs and he's passed out in the chair. And I had my program down underneath my seats. He kicked his beer over, saturated my program, completely ruined it, and well, it wasn't safeable, let me put it that way. That's what I remember about this show, other than it was awesome, was that the guy next to me got completely wasted, and I'm thinking, man, dude, you spent all this money, all this time to come see this band, and you end up passed out within the first three songs. I was so glad I didn't take a hit off of that thing, because if it did that to him, what would it have done to me? Holy cow, as Harry Carey would say. Here's the second one. Alpine Valley, 1990. So we're talking the Presto tour. $2.25 parking. You gotta be kidding me. $2.25 to park at Alpine Valley at any venue. Oh my gosh, ridiculous. What a great deal. Looks like paid $20.75. And I can't tell you a lot about this. I'm almost sure this was a lawn seat, because I don't remember sitting in the covered areas until a future concert. Let's see. Rosemont Horizon again, 1991. Oh gosh, this was on Halloween night. $22.50. Went with my cousin, maybe my brother at this time as well. Had a lot of fun at it. 1991. Are we into, let's see. I'm doing this by muscle memory. Presto, Counterparts, Roll the Bones. I'm going to say Counterparts, then Roll the Bones. I'm just guessing right now. Don't remember a lot about this, except I'm sure we had an awesome time. What's this, show number 2? 3? Alpine Valley. Now this one, June 27th, 92. So, you know, we're still in the Counterparts, Roll the Bones area. How much did we pay? Where were we? Oh, okay. Okay, this is what I can tell you. If we're in a section at this point, then I can tell you something about the previous concert. Let me tell you something about this concert here, that Alpine Valley. I'm clicking through my computer screen here. It rained. It rained like crazy, which is why we ended up in a covered section the next time we went there. I mean, it poured, okay? Everyone gets on the lawn early because, you know, your advantage is if you get there early on the lawn seats, you're going to get a good view. We did. We got a great view. It poured. It rained. It rained. It rained. And everyone, I'll be honest with you, we're young. We're kids. We had a great time. The cool thing was, before Rush took the stage, it stopped raining. It stopped raining. And man, it was just a blast. It was a blast, but it stopped raining. Maybe this concert here, the thing that I remember, is a guy ran on stage. I don't know where he came from. I don't know what song it was. He ran right up to Alex Lifson, and Alex Lifson's looking at this guy like, man, you are so in for it. What the heck are you doing up here? This is our ground, our territory. So a security guy comes up from behind and tackles this guy. This guy has this look in his face like, what just happened to me? Well, you idiot. You shouldn't be up there. You got tackled by security, brought down to on your face, flat on your face, and he was escorted rather roughly off the stage. And we're looking at each other like, you idiot. He didn't get applause. Let me put it that way. No one cheered that this idiot was up on the stage interrupting the concert. It did not happen, but I remember that vividly. Okay, now we're getting into the Primus time, 1994, so we're definitely into Counterparts, which was probably Roll the Bones before. And yeah, this was the famous, when they had the screw in the nut type thing. If you've never seen this show, if you've never seen Rush, I know you're not having any idea what it is I'm talking about right now, but those of us who have been hanging with the band for many years remember Elvis Presley used to have the 2001 Space Odyssey introduction. Well, Rush adopted it into their show. You know what I'm talking about. I'll just do it. Dun 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 dun. You know, and the crowd would just go nuts. So, you know, it was fun. It was just a ton of fun. Primus, I remember Sailing the Seas of Cheese, Les Claypool on that bass. Man, they were a great warm-up act for this band. Also, let me go back to, let me tell you who opened up on the first in 1988 Hold Your Fire. It was Tommy Shaw of Styx. That was awesome. That was probably one of the, if that's going to be my first concert to Rush, Tommy Shaw singing all those famous Styx songs is the best doggone intro band, warm-up band, I think you can have for your first concert. It was like 2 shows in one. It was great. Now, this is Primus, and if you've never seen Primus, they're different, but Rush is different too, and they were just a great intro. I think Mr. Big was probably opening up for them on the ticket stubs before that I just showed you. So Primus did a couple shows. This is March 29th, 94. Where are we at now? Madison, Wisconsin, Dane County Coliseum. Now, folks, I took pictures. These are my own ticket stubs, okay? Before I did this video, I said I'm going to take pictures of my ticket stubs that I kept through these shows. I'm going to back out just a little bit. It doesn't matter. Come back in a little bit. Dane County Coliseum, second concourse. What was parking? Who knows what parking was? But you can see that the prices were still really affordable, $22.50. Couldn't tell you where the heck we sat. It was just another great Rush show, you can imagine. Let's go to the next one. Saturday, okay, so we're at the same one, same ticket. And that's the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shows. Okay, now, this is something that I'm going to do an edit for, because this one here, yeah, this was at the Metro Center where I live in Rockford, Illinois, and this was done by a petition to get the band to come to Rockford. Now, I'm going to stop here with this because there's more information I want to give you about this. This was a floor seat. We were able to make it to the floor. Let me back up a little bit more because these tickets are really faded for some reason. I don't know if they're printed up really quick. Notice that they're not on Ticketmaster type stock. They're faded. WXRX welcomes an evening with Rush, Saturday, October, what was it, the 26th, the 28th, I can't remember. Floor, it was row 7. Looks like seats 1 and 2 in here. Yeah, there's 2. floor seats 1 and 2. Oh gosh. Okay, so I'm going to stop here, and we're going to go into how the band got here to begin with. Okay, back in the bedroom, my man cave. I called it the man cave. It's not a cave. It's a bedroom. This is where I have all my Rush stuff, all my baseball stuff, what have you. I have to tell you, I was such a super fan that I had a dream of why the heck can't Rush play Rockford, Illinois? Because Rockford never got big name bands, in my own opinion. They probably did, but nothing like Rush. Because to me, Rush was the greatest band and is one of the greatest bands in the world. I have two favorite bands. The Beatles, number one always, will always be number one, and number two will always be Rush. Because I learned to play guitar, basically listening to Alex Lifson in this band. I can play probably about every Rush song you can think of. I'm not kidding you. On guitar, you just throw a title out at me, I'm going to be playing that song. I just played these guys forever. Just ask my parents. They know Rush as well as I do. Because they had to listen to everything as I was a kid growing up. Believe me. Never mind. That's another subject. Thank you for your patience, Mom and Dad. You know, I had to get this band to come to Rockford. But how? How? Well, you petition. That's how. I think I had my own little petitions in some music shops. Let's get Rush to play Rockford. And two people who were as big a fan as me, if not bigger, saw this and were able to get my contact information. We connected on the phone, and I found out that they knew the band. So they knew the band. They were more in with the band, and they said, let's make this happen. Let's do this. Let's do this the right way. We're going to keep doing it like you're doing it. We're going to do signatures, and we're going to see if we can't get the band to play the Rockford Metro Center, which it was called at the time. Now I'm going to show you the petitions. I've got the original petitions. I'm excited. Can't you tell? I'm skipping over my words. I'm stuttering because my brain is going 1,000 miles an hour. And these are great memories for me. 1996. Oh boy, long time ago. But we started this petition probably in 95. So it didn't happen overnight. To get the amount of signatures we got took a long time. I'm going to show this to you. Oh, there's my glasses. Okay, so this is the original Rush petition. The fanzine was called A Show of Fans. They're the guys right there. This is the fanzine you want to look at that's going to tell you all about how we got it to happen. I'm going to tell you right now, you want to read this, you got to go to cygnusx1.net. It's on Facebook, CygnusX1, or go to the website, cygnusx1.net. You will be able to see all these Show of Fans fanzines. These are mine. These are the original ones that I still have. Okay, but this one, number 16, winter number 16, was right after the show happened in October. This is the one you want to read. It's going to tell you all about, let me just get to it. It's going to tell you all about them coming, right here, the Rockford petition, okay? See that right there? Well, this is it right here. This is the original, one of the original copies of the petition right here. It was Steve Streeter, and his at the time his wife's name is Mandy, and it was back in '96. I can tell you, I know they're no longer a married couple unless they got back together again, from what I remember. Anyway, it was a long time ago, folks. Well, '96, 30 years ago, 06, 16, 20, 30 years ago. My gosh, I can't believe it. 30 years ago. Woo-hoo. This is the original petition. We would put these up all over the place in the city of Rockford. I can remember also we went to haunted houses. Haunted houses. Remember haunted houses? Here, I put my glasses back on my face. Haunted houses were a great place to get signatures for a petition because you just waited for people to come out of the haunted house. You told them what you were doing. Everybody signed. Everyone knew Rush. Oh, Neil Peart, Neil Peart. They said Peart. It's Peart. By Neil's old vocabulary, my name is Neil Peart. Okay, but we all thought it was Neil Peart until we heard it on radio broadcast. It was Neil Peart. Anyway, whatever you want to call him, everybody knew Neil, the best drummer in the world. Still is, will always be. I know he's no longer with us, but he was the best, period. They signed at haunted houses. We got it at a local college. Oh my gosh, they just sign and sign and sign. These are These are the petitions. These are the petitions. Real simple. Name, address, to bring Rush to Rockford in 1996. That's it. That's it. And I want to show you another cool thing. I stumbled upon this. I remember when Alex released his solo CD, Victor. I actually got invited to the Orbit Room in Canada. I don't know how I got on the mailing list, but I did. I got invited to the Orbit Room in Canada for the CD's release. So they sent me this. A promo thing saying how the CD was going to be coming out. And yeah, Atlantic Records. I thought it was the coolest thing. I wasn't able to go to it, but the fact that I got it was just mind-boggling to me. I was like, oh my gosh, I wish so badly I could actually do this, but I wasn't able to. So that's what I wanted to tell you about the Rush Petition. It worked. The band came to Rockford. If you want to find out more, you got to go to this magazine here, the fanzine. Again, cygnusx1.net. You will be able to find all these were uploaded into the database on that. I'll get you more information on exactly the links. I will do that before this video is over. I will show you how to go exactly to this. But it worked. Okay, let's pick up now. This is a couple days later at the Bradley Center in Milwaukee. Same tour where the band was playing. And gosh, I would love to share some kind of a memory about this. I was still on probably the high that they came from, that they went to Rockford, and just, really excited about that. I can tell you that there's 20 ticket stubs we're going to look at. I've seen the band 20 times since the first time in 1988. What's next? Okay, 2002. I said 2004, didn't I? 2002 was when they came out with Vapor Trails. Here's another ticket stub. Let's see. Oh, I want to tell you a funny story. You see that barcode there? When I was making these pictures, you know how your phone sees barcodes and wants to send you to a link? Craziest thing, every ticket stub that still had some kind of barcode on it, this phone wanted to send me to a website link thing. I didn't push it because I knew it was going to go to nothing, but I just found that a little odd. Okay, where are we at? What was the price? $45. Marcus Amphitheater. Love that place. This is Milwaukee Summerfest grounds. It's still there. It's got a different name to it. I can't tell you what it is right now. Truthfully, I don't remember. I haven't been there in quite some time since some of these concerts. $45. I can remember we probably stayed the night there or something. I probably stayed the night there. Very rarely did I park in the parking lot and walk to the venue and leave. For a Rush concert, it was an event, so it was more or less, it was more than likely I stayed the night there and watched this show. Hilton Coliseum, Ames, I remember this was a floor seat. I just happened to stumble upon these tickets. I said, hey, heck yeah, it's row 14 on the floor. Why not? Why not? Let's do this. Oh, and so there's one of the pictures from that tour. I actually snuck a camera in. This was probably One Little Victory where the dragon spits out fire. And I knew it was coming because I already seen the show, and so that's when I snapped the picture. I got away with this one. Okay, here's a few more ticket stubs coming up. Oh, this is, let me see if I can zoom in on this. Just maybe not too much. Don't really need to, I guess. Yeah, we'll just leave it like that. It'll turn out fine. Marcus Amphitheater again, Snakes and Arrows tour. Let's see, what, $10, $20, oh, their taxes. Yeah, $32. Gosh, this is a covered area and a seat. This was a lot of fun, I'm sure. It was always nice when you were covered in these things because whatever the weather was going to do, it was going to rain. Didn't matter. Didn't matter. Oh, that's a bleacher seat. Oh, I can tell you exactly. Let me go back to this one here. This was with my sister-in-law and brother-in-law. What I do remember, and I'm going to share this story, is that somebody got sick, if you know what I mean, had to hurl a little bit, was standing behind us, and let's just say that my sister-in-law got some on her legs, I remember. I won't get into the graphic detail. I probably shouldn't even be telling you this, but I remember it. Yeah, she got a little bit of splatter on her, and I remember my brother-in-law saying to me, another example of somebody who can't hold their alcohol. Jeez. Oh, First Midwest Bank. Oh, brother. What can I tell you about this? Let me see something. I'm going to skip around. This is for my own. Okay. You know, I'll be honest with you. I don't remember a whole heck of a lot about this one. First Midwest Bank Amphitheater. What I didn't like about this place is that I don't really care for the seating in this place. I remember it was really tough to see. This is another Snakes and Arrows tour. And I'm just drawing a blank. I'm just going to be really honest with you. I remember another one at this one that I can talk to you about, a little bit about. I don't remember much about this one. Jeez. I'm sorry, folks. I ain't got a lot to say about this one, but there's my ticket stub, and I was there. Another one at Summerfest, Marcus Amphitheater. Now, if you see Marcus Amphitheater, it's always going to be Summerfest, which is when they get tons of bands coming in there. The cool thing about Summerfest is as you're walking through this, you're literally morphing from one stage to another stage to another stage. So you leave the last bit of music and you're going to the next band, and it's like changing a radio station. You're going from one band to the next. It's just, if you've never done this before, you've got to experience this. It's just the coolest thing. Same concert. Marcus Amphitheater again, July 3rd. Where did we sit? Let me look. So we're in another covered section. $67. And by this time, Rush is not having an opening band. I want you to realize that. In fact, in 1996, when they came to the Metro Center, no more opening acts. Ever since, it's always been an entire evening with the band because they've got such a large catalog of music. It's usually a 3-hour concert with a break in between. 2010. Now this one I can definitely tell you a great story about. And this particular one here is in California, Irvine Meadows Amphitheater. They call it the Verizon. It was Irvine Theater in Irvine, California, which is basically a suburb of Los Angeles. We're there on a ministry trip, actually. We are at Saddleback Church. And I knew it happened to line up at the same time that the band was there. So what we ended up doing was let's go see a concert too. I'm gonna bring this out. It doesn't really matter, does it? What you getting is what you're getting. We got a lawn seat. One of the best concerts I've ever seen. I don't know if it was the ambience of the place, knowing we were somewhere else in California, so far away, and everything just happened to go the way it did. This was a great show. Absolutely. I can still see the band down in that, because you're up on a hill, right? So you're kind of looking down where the stage is. So good. And the Time Machine Tour, I believe this was Moving Pictures in its entirety. They played the whole darn album from song one all the way through. So cool. Just one of the best that these eyes have seen. Same thing. Okay. So I do want to share something with you about that show. Let me just go back through this instead of doing another cut to edit, because obviously you can see how I did it. This one right here, these were great seats until the people started coming in, because I do remember this one now. Once the people started coming in and the show started and we stood up along with everybody else, you couldn't see a doggone thing. I mean, to tell you, my wife's 5 feet tall. I'm 5'11", and when everyone stood up, you couldn't see nothing, and it was so aggravating. It was like, oh my gosh, no wonder they turned out to be really crappy seats. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. So my wife and I say, you know what? Let's just go over to this aisle over here, which was off to our left, and walk down and see if we can stand there for a little while to watch the band. And fortunately we were able to. We told the ushers there that, hey, look, we can't see a darn thing. And they let us stand there and watch the show. It worked out really well. We had to stand anyway, so you might as well stand where you can see. Okay, as you see, I'm flicking through these again. Okay. Time Machine Tour, United Center 2011. I went with some friends from church. Actually, they weren't bad seats. We're off to the right of the stage. We look right down on the stage. You know, you're kind of up there. These are more or less your nosebleed seats. But they weren't that bad. They weren't that bad at all. It was a lot of fun. Let's see, was parking included in this? No. This is a United Center where the Chicago Bulls play. We had to pay for parking off-site somewhere, but it wasn't that far away. I couldn't tell you what we paid for it. I don't remember. but I do remember another great show. Look, I'm not going to say anything negative about any of these shows. These shows are available on YouTube. Rush has a plethora of live video that they took, and for CDs or DVDs release, both. And you can find this stuff on YouTube. It's still there. Another Clockwork Angels tour. So now we're getting into the last couple of times that I actually seen them. Now you're getting into the higher ticket prices too, $96. This was in the back of the house. I remember my wife and I seeing this one. When you're in a big place and you're sitting in the back of the house like this, I kind of feel far away. I'd rather sit in a nosebleed seat up above like I was in the show before that I just showed you and look down on the stage because at least you can see everything so much better. If you like ambience, if you like all the lights and you like the lasers and everything like that Rush brings to a show, back of the house is the place to be. You're going to get the ambience of the show. It's cool. It's really cool. But I like to see what they're doing. I like to see them move around. So I would rather pay and get a nosebleed seat, so to speak, on either side of the stage and look down on the stage than enjoy the ambience, because I've seen the ambient stuff enough. I don't need to see that anymore. Scott Trade Center, last time I ever seen Rush, 2012. This was in St. Louis. St. Louis, 125. This was a great seat. Look, if this was going to be the last time I was ever going to see the band, this was the way to do it, because it was on the lower level, 117. It was just great. I was on Alex Lifson's side, okay, the guitarist, and I saw all of his guitars were there, all of his techs were there. It was just a total different perspective of seeing the show. Totally enjoyable. Highly recommend if you can get seats on this type of a side. If you are a guitarist like I am and you want to see him changing guitars and talking with his tech, this was the place to be. This was great. I'm going to go through some shirts now. So this was not the shirt I got in 1987, but it was one of the shirts that I got from the Rush Backstage Club for the Hold Your Fire tour. This is my shirt. I own this shirt. Took pictures of it. Just easier to do it like this and show you. Go through some of these. And there's Rosemont. I'm just going to use my little cursor here. That's the show I was at, that very first ticket that I showed you. That's the one right there. This is a Rush Backstage Club official tour, or not tour, official shirt that they would give to members of the club when you would sign up for the Backstage Club. You got a t-shirt, Here it is. I still have it. Not in the greatest of shape. It'll never fit me again, I can tell you that. This one I got from the Backstage Club. Thought it was the coolest darn thing. It's not a tour shirt. It's more of a replica of the album shirt. You want to know how you keep these shirts? I keep moving the tripod. You want to know how you keep these shirts in such great shape? When you wash them, you never put them in the dryer. Hang them up on a hanger. Hang them up on a hanger. This is an original Test for Echo shirt. Got it in here at the Rockford show, as I was talking to you before, the Rush Petition. Yeah, this has been worn. I don't know if I've ever wore this, to be honest with you. I think I made a point never to wear this because it's just one of those very special shirts to me, personal. I don't think this shirt has ever been washed. I don't even know if I ever wore it, to be honest with you. I don't think I have. And there is the Rockford show right there. And there's the Milwaukee show that I also went to. Vapor Trails. I think I may have wore this shirt. In fact, I know I did at other Rush concerts. Keep them in really great shape. What did I tell you? You got to do? Wash them, but don't dry them. Drying these shirts, there's Chicago right there. And Milwaukee, back to back. You dry these shirts, they're going to start shrinking on you and fading. There we are. Milwaukee, Chicago. Another view of that one. Same concert. I wore this shirt a little bit more. White. This shirt still looks really doggone good. I got these shirts out of the back of my closet. I hadn't done this and looked at these shirts in years. But I'm glad to see I took such good care of them. Milwaukee, Chicago. There you go. Oh, the Rash shirt. Geddy didn't wear this exact shirt, but he wore this shirt in subsequent concerts. Instead of calling them Rush, he called them Rash. A lot of fun with this, too. I think that's the last one I've got. So I want to show you one more thing. I'm going to pause for a second. I'm going to show you how to get to those fanzines. Okay, one more thing before I do that. I forgot about these pictures. There's me wearing the Rash shirt. I'm playing at the church. I don't know what song it is. I can't even tell you what year it is, to be honest with you. I think this is probably back in, oh, it's at least 10 years ago. Let me put it that way. You can tell that by the fact that I still have dark hair. But I want to show you one more picture here. Let's see. Where is it? Where is it? Who's this guy here? Holy crap. Yeah, that's me. All right, that's me. I want to make sure you get the wow effect of the hair, okay? Because every time I see this, I say, wow, there's me in my I want to be Geddy Lee days. This is back in probably 94-ish, 93, 94, 95, somewhere in there. It was about that length. I didn't even know I had a mullet until somebody told me, hey, man, you had one heck of a mullet. Well, look, yeah, I guess so. I'm playing in a band. I can't tell you anything more about it except I had some really long hair. I think we called ourselves Melodica Tangent. Why? Don't ask me to explain the name. I have no idea, but that's what we called ourselves. And there's me in my long hair days. Wow. Holy cow. Geez, wish I had some of that still. Okay, so I want to show you how to get to the Show of Fanzines. So if you're interested and you can read all the articles, really, you could also really read in more really good detail how we got the band to come to Rockford, because there's a lot more than what I told you. Believe me, it was a very involved process. So you go to cygnusx1.net, go to the Rush Library like we are now, hit that, get out of this commercial. That's just an ad. You don't have to worry about that. The Rush Library. Oh, we got to wait for it to load. Here it comes. Here's the Rush Library. Go to right here. Let me show you. The Rush Fanzines. See that? Click on that. The Rush Fanzines. And in there, you're going to have all the fanzines come up that any fan has ever, well, fanzined, publicated. Publicated? Is publicated a word? Published. It is now. That they ever publicated. Go to a Show of Fans publications. These were publicated. Let me make sure you're getting this. There, I'll just do it like that. Go to a Show of Fans. Hit that. And here they are. You're going to get the Show of Fans archive. And the one I was telling you about, right here. Click on that and you're going to get, look at all of them are here. Look at this. Ain't this great? That's autumn of 96. Go back. I'm probably giving you more information than you really need. Winter 96, 97. Click on that. And that's where you're going to get everything. You see, I just showed you this. I showed you the actual print one. But if you go online, you can get to the online one and find out how we got Rush to come to Rockford. Right there. Well, folks, I want to thank you so much for tuning in to all this. Here, let me get me on this. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for tuning into this episode. I know it's not for everybody. If you're a Rush fan, this is probably for you. I get that. Maybe new people coming along saying, you know, they really don't know much about the band. Highly recommend listening to them. So good. Unfortunately, we lost Nilles several years ago. He's no longer with us. I say us because I feel like I'm part of the Rush family, and I really kind of am. If you're a mega fan like me, you are part of the Rush family. So we lost Nilles. Still hurts to talk about. But Anika is along. She's going to be taking, not really taking Nilles' place. I don't even want to get into that. She's not. No one can take Nilles' place. Let's get that clear right now. But she's going to be the new Rush drummer. Highly accredited. Can't wait to hear her and what she's going to be bringing. The band's going on tour. They're starting in June of this year, 2026. They're touring the world, basically. Going on a world tour. Again, unbelievable. Into next year, different countries. Wow. I mean, I'm just amazed at it. Just amazed. Am I going to be going? Well, we'll see. Right now, no. I mean, see those ticket prices I was showing you? Those were affordable ticket prices. Now, this isn't to say that Ticket prices have gone up like being gouged, just as ticket prices for any band across the board. They're high, okay? And you want to know what those ticket prices are, go ahead and look. That's not what I'm going to get into here. But it was a little steep for me. Being a musician also, I've got tinnitus. My ears are ringing all the time, and when I go to elevated things like that, it's painful. It's not worth it. I hate to say that. It's not that this band isn't worth it, but for what I have to go through in healing the next couple of days, I have to wear earplugs and everything. It's tough. When I do my music stuff now, I have my in-ear monitors. I can control the sound, and I'm not hearing what the audience is hearing. You guys are in front of the monitors and PA systems. You're hearing amplified sound. All I'm hearing is the drummer behind me, and however I want to mix in my fellow musicians in my ears. It's not so bad, but the level of music we're talking for these concerts, it's deafening, and I'm already at the point, unfortunately, where I have hearing loss and tinnitus. So long story short, I'm probably not going to any shows, but I can't wait to see it on YouTube. Hey, if you like this video, I've got more videos up. Check them out. If you haven't already, like these videos. Your likes go a long way in the YouTube format. That's one of the things that YouTube likes to see, is that you're liking the videos. And I like to see it too. Quite honestly, I want to know that you're liking this kind of thing as well. It makes me know. It makes me know. Oh boy, it's just really reaching for words here. It lets me know that you appreciate this type of thing, and gives me an idea of what to do going further. But I already kind of know what to do. I'm going to do what I'm going to do anyway. That's just the way I am. So if you haven't subscribed yet, subscriber count's starting to go up a little bit too. Please subscribe to this channel. That's it for this. I know it's been a long one. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.